Video product review of the SUIZAN Japanese Ryoba pull saw, 7-inch double edge hand saw for woodworking. Okay, so let's be honest. I used one of their other saws to cut this wood and this, and I posted a video. Check out the video, it's on my channel. I put it on a couple weeks ago, and I really like the saw. I used a razor saw which has 52 teeth per inch and a 24 teeth per inch, and it took forever to cut something like this. It was probably like 10 minutes and all the cuts were way off. So I tried the SUIZAN saw, loved it, absolutely loved it. But I noticed that the saw that I had the ridge on the top, which gives you the stability. Blade shouldn't wobble around. And this is definitely going to wobble because it doesn't have that rigid part on there. But I wanted something that gave me the ability to do crosscuts, which is these tiny teeth over here, and ripping. I noticed with the other saw that even though when I was cutting I was using a crosscut saw, it was taking forever, and I used the SUIZAN blade, which was, I thought it was a crosscut, but it was a rip. And it gave me an absolutely beautiful cut. Totally incredible. Look at this stuff. So I'm going to test this out right now. I'm not using a vise, and that's going to make a big difference, but that's also going to tell me how bad my skills are and how good the saw is. So let me turn the camera around so that I can show you what I'm doing. My table is going to be a paper towel, no vise, and we'll see what this saw can do. The lighting's not that great. What I'm thinking, I want to try, I made a line which is not even straight, but let me try the rip part of it first and see what does it do as far as starting a cut. Wow. I couldn't do that with the other saw. Look at this. Oh my goodness. What does it do with the crosscut? Whoa, look at this. Like I said, when I was working on with the project, I was spending 8 to 10 minutes cutting each one of these on a table without a vise. Unbelievable. So I've been watching. Okay, I can see my cut is way off right now. I'm off. No surprise there. But I don't have a vise, and I'm not really watching what I'm doing. I'm looking at the camera to try to correct this. So I'm really into these Japanese pull saws now. I love them, but it's also really disappointing because when you're using the small saws, it takes you absolutely forever to get a clean cut. You get a nice thin kerf and you get a beautiful cut, but it takes forever. And I watched online, they dropped the price of this saw, $4, and I went, I'm buying it right now. Yeah, definitely, it was a heck of a deal. So the thing that's really surprising me is I'm able to go back and forth between the crosscut and the rip. The nice thing is I keep the same kerf. See where I was messing up over there? I'm trying to correct it. Okay, I'm going to take all the pressure off. That's the mistake we make when we use these saws, is we press too hard and we cause ourselves problems. Let me try to elevate this a little bit, even though this is not the way to do it. Now with the other saws, I was catching. The blade was getting stuck and I couldn't get a cut, and then it would bind, and that's why it was taking me 8 to 10 minutes. Take the pressure off, relax your wrist, relax your forearm, let the saw just glide. You can hear the difference in the sound of the cutting now that I did all of that. My cut is all over the place, but again, I mean, look at this. I'm wobbling all over without a vise, and I'm getting a really nice cut. If I had this in a vise, if I had better lighting, if I didn't have the camera in the way. Unbelievable. I spent a month trying to make my log cabin birdhouse. Check out my channel, I posted the video. It took me a month to cut the pieces and to file and smooth them all down. This thing, I'm doing this within a couple minutes. Now, you can see, well, you got the marker over there. My cut's not the greatest, and as I said, I don't have a vise, and I'm not really trying to make a perfectly even cut. I'm just trying to test it. So yeah, I can feel it right now where it's binding as I try to straighten it out. Absolutely incredible saw. I'll leave an affiliate link in the video description. This is a really good saw. I'm totally impressed. This might be one of my better, this could be the best saw that I bought, a Japanese saw. This is, yeah, see it? See the gap over there? See how the saw is on an angle? So that's my error. That's not the saw. This will, the nice thing is it cuts. Both sides are cutting. The cross and the rip are cutting. Okay, the rip is getting stuck down at the bottom now because it's not supposed to be doing what I'm doing. And let's finish this off. Let's go very smooth. I would recommend this saw. This is just incredible. I don't want to rip the bottom of it. I'm going, really? Okay, I want you to see this. My terrible technique. Look at that. Let me touch it. It's smooth, a little rough over here. It's just a beautiful cut. You take your time, you do it the right way, unlike the way I did it. You can see it's a little bit off, but that's me. That is not the saw. It's just a great saw. It'll save you a lot of time. It will make your cuts really nice. Look at that. Look at that. That's where I cut. Absolutely, that's the bottom. Absolutely remarkable. The SUIZAN Japanese Ryoba pole saw, 7-inch double edge hand saw. The reason I really like this is, like I said, I was running into huge problems. I needed the stability, so I had the brace on the top, but I couldn't cut deep into some pieces of wood. This is a bigger blade. You've got some slop, but that's not a big issue. You've got two blades, so you're going to be able to do ripping. For me, I'm building birdhouses. I'm cutting the picket fence posts. You need the rip to be able to go in one direction and the cross cut in the other direction. So for a small amount of money, you get a saw that does both things that you need to do, ripping and cross cutting. You saw how easy it was to jam through this hardwood. The cut is almost perfect. Had I been more careful, I mean, look at that. It's even on the line still. So that's very impressive without a vise, just doing this in midair. I love the saw. I love the company. Click the affiliate link in the video description and order one. You will be very happy.